Then Gandalf said, "Let us not stay at the door, for the time is urgent. Let us enter. For it is only in the coming of Aragorn that any hope remains for the sick that lie in the house." Thus spake Ioreth, wise woman of Gondor. "The hands of the king are the hands of a healer, and so shall the rightful king be known." Hi, my name is Talia. Welcome to Talia Nerds Out. This is just a very short segment influenced by a video posted earlier today. The section I just read to you comes from the chapter The Houses of Healing from Return of the King. The reason this section is important is this is a section that helps cement for the Gondorians, especially later on, that Aragorn is the rightful king of Gondor. In my last video, I mentioned this, but I couldn't find the part, and I couldn't really explain a whole lot about it, other than the fact that Aragorn, probably from his elven background, had the healing. I don't even think I brought up that much. But there's actually more than this behind Aragorn's healing hands of a king. So, in medieval times, in real medieval times, in England, there was something called scrofula. This was the king's evil, as it was referred to. And this disease called scrofula was also known as struma. And from the time of Edward the Confessor, so medieval time, because Edward the Confessor was right before William the Conqueror. Because Edward the Confessor is the one who, according to William the Conqueror, left him the right to England, according to William the Conqueror. Recollections may vary, as a different British monarch used to say. Recollections may vary. But, so from Edward the Confessor through until 1714, with the death of Queen Anne. This was a period of time when this thing called the King's Evil was thought to be healed, or seemed to be healed, by something called the King's Cure, the King's Touch. Basically, by the king laying his hands on the area that needed to be healed, the thing would be healed. And only the king could do this. And you can see now the parallels between Aragorn and this segment, this huge segment in English history. They have this book that I'm reading that brought it back to my attention, because I did know this, but I had forgotten this. It didn't really play hugely in any of the medieval history books that I've read, and medieval history does tend to be the area I focus on, medieval English history in particular. But none of the books let's try again. None of the books have focused primarily on this phenomenon until this one here. This book that I'm currently reading, it's a library book actually, but it's called, let's see if it'll let me make the cover a little bit bigger, and it will not. Okay, so the book is called Maladies and Medicine, Exploring Health and Healing, 1540 to 1740. And it is by, sorry, it's not very large, I have to look down at, Jennifer Evans and Sarah Reed. And I just finished reading a different book by Sarah Reed on maids, wives, and widows. And that book was very good too. But back to this book. This book is very much on, as medicine progresses down the years. And I'm currently on the chapter about the King's Evil. In this particular book, they're saying a manuscript that was held in London records that from January 8th, 1685 to June 20th of 1686, James II touched an astonishing 4,893 for the king's evil. Now here's where the important tie-in for Aragorn and for the monarchs of English history. Given that this power resided with the legitimate monarch, it is little wonder that people used, I can't say this word, thaumaturgic, power of touch healing, we'll just say that, support claims of royal lineage. So again, the healing hands of the king was proof of the king's legitimacy, Aragorn and the kings of England. Just thought that was interesting that there is a historical link between Aragorn and English monarchs. But should we really be shocked when we're dealing with Tolkien? Thank you very much. I hope that you have a very blessed Thanksgiving, and I will see you when I see you. God bless. Bye.